Well, hello, Bob Richards. Good to see you again.
Michael, good to be with you.
It's always a pleasure. I know that we have a great listing to showcase to people, but before we do, I have a question. So, is there some type of a law or the rule that pertains to me as a buyer or you as a realtor about accessing a home for sale? Or can I just, walk in? Or how does this work?
Very good question, Michael, and I appreciate you bringing this up because this is a big to do. When you've got a home listed for sale and you're signing it out in front, you are keeping safe hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of an asset of the seller. If they don't reside there full time, part time, no time, that asset is still your responsibility to protect. So if a realtor was to tell a buyer, "Hey, I can't be there, just go through it at your leisure," that puts the um, realtor on notice that if the buyer was to do something not so good to the home, vandalize it, maybe even squat in it, whatever it might be, that is the responsibility of that realtor. And so we have Supra key boxes
Oh,
that allow each realtor and affiliate the ability to get into the home, and then that tracks the date, time, and who as the agent got in and when did they leave. So that helps us to understand as a listing agent and a buyer's agent's gone through that house, how long did they stay? If they were only 3, 4 minutes, probably didn't like it and they were in and they were out. If we see that they were there 35, 50 minutes longer than that, hey, it sounds like there might be some interest there. But the only time that a buyer should go into a home without their realtor is if it has an open house sign.
okay.
They can walk in, the listing agent is there, the one protecting the seller, but they're advertising as being an open house. So basically, realtors, the general public, can come through that home during the specified hours of the open house. Otherwise, they just need to wait outside. Now, sometimes the weather is bad, and I don't want to have people hanging outside where they're getting drenched, waiting for their
Yeah,
realtor
that's
to show
true.
up. And if I'm with somebody and I need to take them to a different house, and again, the next agent behind me is running late, and that agent actually happens to be the seller's agent, then do I let her clients in the door? No, I can't. I have to be kind enough to say, "Hey, folks, I can't let you into this house without your agent. I'm sorry, he's not here, she's not here, but that's the rules, and I have to stick
Yeah.
to that." So again, just a word of thought and word of caution that don't try windows, don't try back doors, don't try other things because you do have neighbors that can call the police, and the police can certainly come by and see if you're trespassing, burglarizing the home, squatting, whatever you're wanting to think about. It's not a good situation.
That's really interesting. Bob, one of these days I'm going to have to tell you a funny story about how when my wife and I were going through, well, it was an open house, but we didn't have a realtor with us.
Uh-huh.
And the neighbors did call police. Now, if you can imagine Linda and I being talked to by the police. So we did what
Oh boy.
any good American couple would do. We ran away. So that's right.
Love
We're
them.
outlaws.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
But in the meantime, I understand that you have got a really cool house to show us today.
I do today, Michael. Yeah, just barely listed this home. It's up at the Ledges golf course area. It's in a little area called the Escapes, and the Escapes is all fully approved as vacation rental places.
Okay.
The one that I've got is a 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, one car garage, as you can see on the photo.
Yeah, that's nice.
Everything in this home, lock, stock, and barrel, stays. You don't have to go get a approval from the city council or anything like that to use it as a rental, vacation rental. You can do so long term, short term, nightly. You can use it on your own whenever you would like to. The inside's really quite nice. It's again a very open floor plan, very nice feel. One of the things on a vacation rental that people like to know about is what can I expect for heads and beds? Because that generates some income if you have 3 people or 13 people.
Yeah.
And what we basically figured out is that there's room for about 14 to 16 people,
Oh
depending upon
my.
age group. So this can bring in a nice, generous income for somebody that wants to rent it out on a nightly basis. There is an on-site property manager, and they also are the ones that handle the bookings. So you as a
Okay.
homeowner or a realtor are unable to manage the home. It has to be with the property management company, but they do everything. They vacuum the floors, change the sheets, make sure that the place is stocked, has enough paper towels and toilet paper and all that other good stuff in it, so that when a guest comes, it's turnkey for them. They've got salad bowls, they've got Tupperware, they've got glasses and dishes and nice forks and spoons, and really makes it a nice setup for guests that are coming into the southern Utah area. You're what, about 5 minutes away from the north entrance of Snow Canyon State Park. That
Ooh.
takes you down to Ivans, Tuacahn Center for the Arts. Boy, you could spend years in Snow Canyon and still
Yeah.
not have seen it all. So
Yeah.
we've got this priced at 595, Michael, and
Okay.
sure would like to have somebody take a look at this. The numbers work really well, and certainly could even be a little bit better on what your net income would be.
Yeah.
So again, Escapes at the Ledges, right by the golf course, 595 is the price. Yeah, good to go.
Beautiful, beautiful property.
This kind of has
Um,
the real quick, Michael, the aerial view over the amenities. Just wanted to include that so people are aware that, hey, this has a nice
yeah.
setup. And it's not for all the houses that you see in the background. It's
Yeah.
just for the ones in the foreground that are part of the escapes.
This is great. I'm going to go back one, and I love the pool. The pool area is
I do
really
too.
nice. Yeah, that's
I
really
do
cool.
too. Yeah.
That's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Bear with us, guys. Cool. Ledges has a really nice restaurant out there too. We like eating out
Yes,
there.
they do. Fish Rock Grill,
Oh my
right?
gosh. Yes.
Good stuff.
Well,
Good stuff.
Mr. Bob, if somebody wants to get more information on this listing, how can they contact you?
Thanks, Michael. I am at Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate. 435 8824 is how you can reach me by phone call or a text. My website is buyutah.com. That's BUYUTAH.com. I'm just located downtown St. George in the Ancestor Square, where Pizza Factory is, Painted Pony is, a number of other things that are right here at
Yeah,
this landmark location. So I'd love to have anybody that wants to visit, tell them a little more about their market, where they're at, and certainly if they have any interest in seeing this listing or any of others, I'll be glad to help.
cool. And let's remember that Bob has a his own podcast called Let's Get Real, which gives you all the news and updates information on what's happening in real estate here in the southern Utah area. You can find it on YouTube, Let's Get Real, and also on his website. On your website, there's a tab that says About Us. If you guys click the About Us tab and go down that says podcast, you'll see like hundreds of podcasts there, all different types of information. If you missed anything or want to know about it, it's all right there in Bob's podcast. It's also available on all the other podcast channels. Bob, thank you so much. We'll
Thanks, Michael.
see you guys again soon. Take care.